Hello and welcome to KSP Career episode with me. I'm your host GrunfWorks, and in today's episode we're gonna be monitoring the arrival of the Duna Long Range communications relay that we have announced in the previous episode. Just a small recap: in the previous episode we had the return lander that came, and I told you that it had overlapping transitions with this relay satellite. And that's true. So as you can tell by my alarm clock, the Duna Return Lander Mark I is on its route to the Ike sphere of influence while we align this orbit. So since this is a relay, I'm thinking that I'm going to be placing this fella into a polar orbit so that it is not affected that much, because this is supposed to be a relay that will be capturing signals from all the small relay satellites that we have put in so far and just relaying them onwards back to Kerbin. It has one big satellite antenna and two small relays, so I'm thinking that it should be good enough to actually relay this data. And the burn is quite small, it's 22 meters per second, which we're gonna burn as soon as possible to achieve a possibility of the Duna polar orbit. So it's going into similar orbit as we did for the other guy, which was the ScanSat. The polar orbit is good for the ScanSat because it can scan, slices of the planet. While for the relay it's good because then any of the small relays can actually hook up to it and just relay the data. So yeah. Alright, we're going for, I'm thinking I'm gonna go for around roughly 400 kilometer periapsis. Ultimately it doesn't matter when the burn is as long as we get it right. $396, I think that's actually good enough. Alright, just fiddling a little bit to correct it, and then we shall be burning. Alright, so one thing that we need to actually now do, I need to toggle the reactor controls, because I have to fire up the reactor to be able to burn. So toggling the reactor on and then burning ever so slightly. The temperature is rising, so I don't want my reactor to shut down too soon. Come on. 410, good. Turn off the reactor. And the reactor is cooling. Good. Okay, so we're going to add a maneuver node that we're going to be placing at the periapsis and make sure that we can actually burn retrograde to insert ourselves into a 400 kilometer orbit. I'm gonna go for 400 by 400 roughly. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm gonna add the... So when you have multiple ships and you need to jump between them, it's usually good to set up alarm clock. Otherwise, you're just gonna forget about it. And yeah, so. All right, so now we're just gonna turn prograde. I'm actually gonna start some experiments like RPWS, magnetometer report, because they could be doing, and they could be doing some science while we are actually approaching around Duna and send out some useful data, who knows. There we go, find a good angle. There we go, disable the UI and let us enjoy as we approach our Duna. And see, 15 credits. That's what you get. There is no more electric chime. Whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna disable this. Which one is empty? This guy, stop warning me about that. Will you? Thank you. Stop warning me. Alright. Good. By the way, let us continue onwards to our ejection burn. Or, sorry, insertion burn. Beautiful. Alright, side Duna, Space Highland. See, we are transmitting some science, and that's great because as we are crossing over these biomes, the site is actually picking up. It is basically, it is biome dependent apparently, so that's wonderful. Okay, we're gonna do the toggle reactor control if I can find it. There we go. Getting ready for the burn. Burn should be a total of 1 minute and 22 seconds. Our reactor should hold because we're gonna bool at this time at full thrust. Accelerating until we hit the burn. Good. This was our alarm. Alright, and we're gonna start our burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. Okay, so the temperature is holding steady. That's kind of the most important thing. I'm gonna draw the... yeah, alright, look at this. This is beautiful. It's a screenshot for the episode for sure. We are burning steadily, and looks like we are managing. We do have enough delta V, more than enough actually, which is great, and we'll be able to position ourselves in the orbit that we originally intended, which is also quite great. All right. There we go. Beautiful. So a minor just correction. Let's see. Yeah, our reactor immediately stopped. Good. And I guess that's it. We are at the desired altitude with the relay being, you know, active. So let's just view how it looks like. We have the vessel links. It has links to pretty much everything. And if we enable the whole network, look at this. Our network is redundant as it needs to be. And you know why is that? Because in the next couple of episodes, we will be doing robotic landings on Ike and Duna. So for that, our basically communication network needs to be impeccable, literally impeccable. So that's the reason why I kept it. But yeah, so as you can tell, we're still doing some science and we're gonna stop some, but all in all, I'm pretty happy the way that this looks. And I for sure will keep this, this craft in the orbit, so yeah. Alright, let's turn for some pretty pictures, if we can muster any. There we go, and you guys know what to do. Smash that like button, it tells me that I should do more, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.